Is it ageist to think that a 74-year-old woman shouldn't be giving birth for the first time? We're going to try and answer that question today on The Wrinkle. So this is a news story that caught my attention. Mangayamma Yaramati, who is a 74-year-old woman, just gave birth to twins. She had a C-section and she conceived these twins with in vitro fertilization. I was reading through the comments after looking at one of these articles, and they're pretty varied. There's a lot of people who think that 74 years old is too old to become a mom for the first time. Her husband is 82 years old. But it sounds like Mangayamma always wanted to be a parent, and she got the in vitro fertilization to let her dreams come true. Now, there are pros and cons to having your first baby when you're 74. What are the advantages to having a baby for the first time in your 70s? Well, you have almost a lifetime of experience to share with a new baby. You've probably established yourself in your community, and you are probably ready to share all of that wisdom with a new little one. You might be calmer and more settled. You have more experience. You might be more confident in what you can and can't do. So you might just be a better parent in a lot of ways. Another upside is that you might be more financially stable, especially if this is your first child. You've had a long time to save money and prepare to be a parent. Another upside might be that if your body has been withstanding gravity for 70 years, probably you're not going to have as many stretch marks as a younger parent. In all seriousness, though, there are some downsides to becoming a parent for the first time in your 8th decade of life. For example, and this came out in some of the comments online, it's not likely that you will live until your child becomes a parent themselves. So your kids probably won't have grandparents. The reality is, too, that there are some diseases that can be very serious and disabling that are more common in people who are older. So in Canada anyway, over the age of 85, about 35% of people are living with dementia. So if Mangayamma's baby is around 13 and the mom develops dementia, then it could be hard for her to go on to parent. That is something that would be really unfortunate. The other thing is that it's likely that this child won't have grandparents to grow up with. You know, a lot of people don't have grandparents, but if you are very old yourself, then almost certainly your parents aren't living. And so your baby won't have the joy and wonder of having grandparents in their lives. Considering everything, though, in all seriousness, I think it might be a little bit ageist for us to think that it's not okay for a 74-year-old woman to have a baby. A lot of people are being raised by grandparents due to different circumstances. So there are a lot of people in their 70s who are raising very small children, and they're doing a great job, and the kids are thriving. Just because the mom is elderly, it's true, she is at higher risk of having certain health conditions, but even people who are already living with health conditions are allowed to have kids. Disabled people become parents all the time, and we don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So just because she's older and may become disabled, is that really a reason to say that she can't become a parent? In general, in our society, new life is considered a blessing and a wonderful thing. I think it's really interesting that our technology is allowing people who are very old to become parents, even biologically, to give birth. It's definitely unusual, and if it becomes more typical, well, I think it's going to provoke more discussion. But for now, I just found it to be an interesting news story. And I thought it was interesting to see how ageism was kind of coming out in some of the discussion that I saw online. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, believe me, I'm done having kids. If I have a baby when I'm 74, I'm going to be completely shocked, and I don't think that's something I'm going to sign up for in my retirement. But, if you're on the older side, tell me, would you be willing to get pregnant and have twins right now? Let us know. Are you getting enough wrinkle? Let me rephrase. Are you getting enough of the wrinkle? If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a thumbs down, but please hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and that way you'll never miss a video. We do upload twice a week, and we have our Jerry Minute on Twitter and Facebook twice a week as well. All the links are below. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment, and I'll see you next time on The Wrinkle.